Peace, wholeness, love, and light. I'm New Diamonds here with a 6 months prediction video. I hope everyone out there is doing well. And yes, shout out to the Soul Tribe. And let's deep dive into this energy, okay? Wow. First off, we have just, received a X5 that has just emitted off of the sun. This is an X class solar flare, which means there will be a lot of light codes, a lot of activations, a lot of upgrades. A lot of us are already feeling, we've been feeling, getting woke up in the middle of the night, not being able to sleep, restlessness, feeling, just this shock wave, this energetic energy that is here to charge us up. This is how we're kicking this energy off as we deep dive into this spiritual half of the rest of this year. And I just gotta say this, buckle up, hold on, prepare for takeoff, because this is going to be like nothing we've ever seen before, right? Nothing will be the same after this. Everything is already transpiring, transcending, transmuting, transforming. And what a time to be alive. Okay, so buckle up, get ready for the ride of your life. This is about to be some monumental energy. You're about to see some life-changing events, and we're going to see a lot of prophecies fulfilled. Okay, so again, shout out to the Soul Tribe. Let's get ready to deep dive into this energy. And yeah, so if you guys haven't checked out my past 6 month prediction video, I suggest that you do, because everything that I predicted in those past videos have came to pass. Everything I predicted in the past has came to pass already. And wow, it's just mind blowing. So I feel like, we're about to see some things that we've never seen before. We're already seeing things that we've never seen before. We're about to see the earth terraform as we are transforming and getting attuned with these new frequencies and new energies that are hitting our planet, hitting the universe at this time. Okay. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notifications. And yeah, so let's start off with the energy that we're in right now. We're in the midst of this 1111 portal, and what a time to be alive. We're seeing a lot of things change. We're still in the midst of this shutdown, but things are about to be let up. I wrote these predictions down a few days ago, and Spirit was like, do it now, do the video now, because some things that I prophesized about are already getting ready to take place. A couple of them have already passed, and I was like, wait a minute, hold up. So things are happening faster. Everything is getting ready to accelerate as we get ready to go into this fire horse year, as we get ready to go into this 1 year. This is where things really get initiated and things begin to take off. Okay. So, the first thing that I said was the warriors that died in war are rising and are here. Another level of spiritual initiation is ignited for all of the chosen ones. Okay. So you may feel like this fire, this desire, this extra umph, this extra passion, this extra, you can't quite put your finger on it, but you just feeling supercharged up. Make sure to alchemize that energy. Like I said, with this X flare that's going to come in, it's an X5, it's earth facing, so it's going to hit us directly. We're going to see a lot of shifts, a lot of things happening within the earth, and a lot of things happening within us. So just do your best to ground yourself and alchemize that energy in ways that you feel deemed necessary at this time. Okay. But we're going to feel a lot of energy. This is going to be a high energy portal, a high frequency portal, and it's going to come in and eradicate anything that is not of that high vibration. Okay. So you will be purging, you will be cleansing, you will be irritable, you will be feeling all different types of ways. This sexual arousement, this is that boost of that Kundalini energy. And the best thing to do is just breathe and let it flow through you. Okay. Also, Our ancestors are here. Okay. If you got, like I said, if y'all haven't been checking out my videos, I suggest that y'all do. But yes, the ancestors are here. They're making themselves known. They are ready for war. They're here protecting us and guiding us along with our spirit guides. And like I said, what a time to be alive. So make sure you pour your libations. Make sure you do whatever you seem fit at this time to honor them and honor yourself and love yourself at this time. Okay. I said gifts will be enhanced. Okay. So whatever spiritual gifts that you have going through this initiation will only accelerate that. Okay. Will only, make those gifts even sharper, even more enhanced. You may even be receiving some new gifts, right? And this is physically and spiritually, but I'm really talking about spiritual gifts. Okay, so whether you're clairvoyant, that enhancing, clairaudient, that enhancing, starting to see things, do not be afraid. You're receiving an upgrade. Okay. So gifts enhance as we remember who we are, in a sense of past life remembrance. So you may even have flashes of past lives, or see visions of certain things. Just remember that this all derives from within you, and there's really nothing to be afraid of. This is all a part of your remembrance, all a part of you getting back in tune with your power so you can continue to grow and elevate at this time. Okay. Um, And this is where our ancestors rise, and they have risen within us to make it known, right? To make us known to who we are, to make us remember who we are, and to make their presence and their essence known, right? So if you seeing a little things out the corner of your eye, seeing orbs, seeing shadows, don't be afraid, right? That's just your ancestors, and they are here letting you know that they got your back. Okay. Sagittarius will be a huge spiritual reconciliation. Okay, so there will be a lot of karmic retribution, for those who've been putting in the work, for those who've been doing the shadow work, doing the healing, staying true to their mission, not abusing their power. This will be a huge reconciliation. Okay, so that justice, that judgment, and that victory energy will be very much so present in Sagittarius season. Okay. Things will continue to fall as we rise in power. Okay. So this is, like I said, with this X class solar flare, this 5X class solar flare, there will be earthquakes, there will be weather anomalies, there will be hurricanes, there will be volcanoes erupting, there will be, type storms. I'm getting winter storms. We'll see some things from 1 to 2 months from now take place within the earth and the earth grid, as this energy is penetrating the earth's core and is really charging up the earth and charging us up. So we will continue to see things shift and change among us and within us. Okay. But that's all a part of us rising in our power at this time. So do not be afraid. Just continue to know that you are one with source at this time. You are one with the creator. You are one with the all. And this has to happen in order for us to get to where we need to be. Okay. Whatever power you have, they will be reactivated. Okay. So whatever powers you have acquired in past lifetimes, you'll be remembering those, and they will be reactivated. So the sense of reactivation, the sense of remembrance within your cells, within your DNA. And I say this because yesterday I was getting downloads and uploads that a lot of us are going through a stem cell rejuvenation energy. So a lot of our neurons and our nerves in our body, our nervous system is being charged up, reconstructed, for this reactivation, for clearance, for purging, for our upgrade. Okay. So just be in tune and be aware of the changes that you may be feeling, and be mindful of other people's energy at this time, because some people who haven't done the work or know how to alchemize this energy, we're going to see a lot of people losing their minds. We're going to see a lot of erratical energy, people, just acting irritable, people not being quite themselves, and the animals as well. We're gonna see a lot of things happening with the water. I'm seeing seeing whales come up out the water. I'm seeing dead fish. We're gonna see a lot of things happening within the waters, within the oceans. I'm even seeing entities coming out of the ocean that we haven't seen before. I'm seeing like different species coming out of the desert. So this is all a part of those animals, those unidentified animals, old ancient animals and species arising and coming back, because this is a time of remembrance. Okay. We are remembering our ancient ancestors as the animals, their ancient ancestors will be making themselves known. I don't know why I'm getting like Godzilla, Leviathan energy. I'm seeing like a 3-headed lion. I'm seeing griffins. I'm seeing mystical, magical energies and animals that will be making themselves present and known. Also, the sense of different entities contacting you. Okay, so do not be alarmed and be afraid, as this is all part of your spiritual team. This is all part of your galactic DNA being activated as well, as we are star seeds. We have stardust embedded in our DNA, especially if you are heavily melanated. That melanation comes from the stars. So be aware that you will be getting reactivated at this time. And if you are ready to receive, then those keys to that gate you will have access to different keys in higher realms, in higher timelines. You'll be granted access to information from your DNA being activated at this time. Okay, here we go. All right. So big initiation. I'm seeing like the cosmos, right? And I'm seeing like the great mother stirring up the cosmos, like a witch stirring a cauldron, like somebody stirring up soup, like Big Mama in the kitchen whipping up a good meal, right? So this is just the beginning. She getting ready to cook, so let her cook, okay? And we're gonna see a lot of things transpiring at this time, meaning also, since we're getting these upgrades, there's going to be a lot of distractions that will be at play. Okay, so there will be a lot more chemtrails in the sky, a lot more things in the media, a lot more fear, a lot more illusions, a lot more celebrity gossip and news and things, and trickster energy here to try to distract us to get in tune with ourselves, when the best thing we should be doing right now is meditating, going within and getting in tune with others on that same vibration, so we could communicate about how we're feeling, what's going on. And shout out to everybody who's already feeling this energy right now. Whether you're feeling dizzy, nauseous, can't sleep, feeling like this flu wave energy run through you. And for others who are feeling superly energetically charged, the star seeds will be energetically charged. This is the best time just to get outside, ground yourself, play, get by those waters, and just be one with nature, be one with earth. That is law, cosmic law, nature law, and watch as things terraform and shift and shape into this 5D energy that we were incarnated for at this time. Okay. So it's going to be a lot of stirring the pot, right? A lot of people are going to be stirring the pot, people adding their 2 cents in, adding their ingredients. This is good and bad. So be mindful, be discerning of your energy, be mindful of what you're consuming at this time, as consumption isn't just things that you're eating. It's what you're watching, it's what you're listening to, it's what you're saying, and it's what you're allowing in your energy, allowing in your portals. Be mindful of the people that you allow in your energy and you're sharing energy with. Okay. If they don't have good intentions, be mindful. Okay. As it's going to be a time of a lot of people being manipulated and used. Some people will be know this, and some people will not know this. So this is where those high level lower vibrational entities come in, aka the reptilians, aka the archons, coming in to use sleep cells, sleeper people to be puppets. Okay, this is a great time where puppets will be used. Okay, so be mindful of the distractions at this time. Okay, also with that stirring the pot, I got gumbo. Okay, so with all of these distractions coming in with this gumbo, I also got the sense of this Louisiana energy. Okay, so I don't know if there's going to be some type of hurricane. I don't know if there's going to be some type of ancient remembrance that happens there. But I've been picking up on this New Orleans, Louisiana energy for a very long time. I'm hearing liberation with the ancient ancestors and ancient DNA of the native people, the Creole people, the Haitian people have Haitian Revolutionary War being one, as this is a spiritual war, as we get in tune with the physical wars, the mental war, the spiritual war, the sexual wars, the financial wars. It's wars on everything, but we have to make sure that we are aware and we are conscious of everything that's going on. That way we don't get caught up in the chaos. All right. Now, I said return of the revolution, Mardi Gras, a celebration. The matriarch has returned and she is remembering who she is or who he is. And this is a great remembrance that is happening and awakening within all of us. I'm kind of seeing the solar flare coming in, and as it purges and pierces through the veil and pierces through our energy and our earth field and our DNA, there will be I'm hearing 1 to 2. So this could be 1 to 2 weeks, 1 to 2 days, 1 to 2 months of recalibration, integration, and activation that is going to happen. Once that happens, a lot of us will come online to a higher level of remembrance of who we are. A lot of powers will be activated within us at this time. Okay. And return of the power, restore and restock. Okay, so this is a time to restock up on things. Make sure that you're storing up things that you may need. Prepare for anything, because like I said, this X flare is going to cause radio interference. So this is like a G5 storm. We're going to see the auroras go off. We're going to see certain electronical devices not working properly, the Wi-Fi, the grid. Is going to be a lot of electrical interference that happens during this time. On a micro level and on a macro level. Okay, so this is going to happen within our cells, within our body, other people, the earth grid, the animals, the weather, the ionosphere, the atmosphere, the cosmos. Okay, so we're going to start to see a lot of things happen as this is a proton storm that comes in. And when a proton storm comes in, that attaches to the positive ions, which have a negative effect on us, which makes us drowsy, tired, irritable. But it's all for that purging, right? It's all for that cleansing. And this happens globally. So it's going to be a global thing. We're going to see global anomalies. I'm seeing like earthquakes happening all over the globe, tsunamis, Japan, Africa, and the East Coast. Just be on high alert for anything. Okay. So stock up. Also, it's going to be a cold winter. I wrote down coldest winter ever. So be mindful of that. I've been talking about this for a while now, seeing high feet of snow, like 7 feet. I'm seeing someone like walk outside and it's like, just their whole doors just filled with snow, like not being able to walk outside. Snow days, heavy storms. There's going to be a very chaotic winter. Okay, lots of floods, lots of storms, lots of rain, lots of snow. As the poles are being affected with this energy as well. Okay. So with this energy coming in, is going to be affecting the North Pole and the South Pole, which is going to cause a chain reaction throughout the whole globe. Okay. And this isn't just the Earth. This is also other planets that are feeling this, as it was a halo corona mass ejection, the CME, that went off. So this is going to affect everything in the atmosphere. We're going to see things happen with the comets, the unidentified objects, entities. It's going to be a lot that pops up and makes itself known during this time and during this winter. As we go into that winter solstice, 3i Atlas will be the closest to Earth, right? So there will be a lot of contact, a lot of downloads, a lot of dreams, a lot of, how can I say? I don't want to say abductions, but contact and disclosure at that time. So be mindful, everyone, around the solstice, winter solstice. I'm getting 12/21, a 3 day period before and a 3 day period after. Be mindful of that energy that is coming into this auric field at this time. Okay. As I also got 2003 energy, like Cold War energy, because in 2023, that's when we had went to war with Iraq. Also a lot of different distractions within the media. A lot of big like artists came out during that time. So be mindful of the distractions, and get in tune with high vibrational music, and not to get caught up in the lower vibrational frequencies and energies that are going to be trying to distract us and pull on our energy and harvest our energy at this time. Okay. I also got 13. The number 13 is a divine feminine energy that is going to be coming in, aka the reason why all of the children are saying 6, 7. They don't even know the energy that they're calling into this planet right now, as 6 is all about balance, equality, restoration, and that health. And 7 is all about divine justice, relationships, ma'at, and balance. So they're calling in, when they say this unknowingly, subconsciously, we are calling in the divine restoration for a balance. We're calling in, and they do this too. That's like the scales, right? So they saying 6, 7, but 6 + 7 also equals 13. And what is 13? 13 is the divine feminine energy, and the rise of the matriarch, primordial water energy, is calling in chaos for healing. And then also 1 + 3 = 4, and 4 is attributed to the great mother. 4 is attributed to 4 is attributed to that Cancer energy, that mother energy, that family tree, ancestor energy, primordial water, deep, deep emotions. So just be in a tune with your frequency and your emotions at this time. Okay. So also I said 6, 7 in the future, because the youth is crying out for, they're manifesting a higher energy by calling in that energy. Okay. So I also said 6, 7 will be a big date in the future. That June 7th, 2026 is going to be a big date. Okay. As far as more solar flares, more energy, more upgrades. Okay. But the youth is prophesizing right now. So be sure to listen to the youth and do not disregard what the youth says, as my kids prophesize to me all the time. They tell me their dreams. They say things that blow my mind. So do not discard or, put what they're saying to the side. Really listen to the youth, as these are ancient ancestors coming back to help us, right? The children teach us how to nourish them for the future. Okay, so be mindful of that. As they're calling out for help and asking for Big Mama. They're asking for balance and order and justice unknowingly. Okay, as the scales are tilting for the split, for the shift, right? 6, 7, that they asking for the balance and the justice, like where she at. Like we want that divine mother, that divine restoration to come back in at this time, and it's happening, right? Everyone's waiting for the change. The elders, the youth, the generations, all the generations are waiting for the matriarchal to return, and she is here. She is rising, and we're gonna watch as everything continues to terraform at this time. Okay, it's happening right now. Be mindful of your dreams. More prophecies you will start to see. More prophets will see for the prophecy. Okay, prophecy, prophets, seeing. Okay, I hope y'all caught the little bar I dropped in there. But yeah, we will start to see a lot more prophecies. I also got like a calf, like a red calf or a red bull. So even going back to like certain Hopi prophecies, with that red calf, that red bull, I'm seeing like a white calf with red, like blots on it. Okay, so some type of unique animal will be born, something rare, to initiate this purification process that we're all going through for this divine transformation and divine intervention that we're all going through. Okay. I also got like bull, like a red bull. And when I think of that red bull, I think of a bull run. So this could be something with crypto at this time. And a lot of people have been talking about crypto. So I don't know too much about crypto. So really just deep dive and do your research when investing. But I'm kind of getting a lot of people who made investments. They will start to see their investment return tenfold to them. Okay. Um, Also, something falling as well. So like a black swan event as well. Because I'm kind of getting, it's gonna be something that happens, it's gonna be off the charts, and with that it's gonna be like this unplugging. So like this black swan event that's gonna happen with technology, or it may be vice versa. I don't know, y'all, but spirit just was giving me it's gonna be ups and downs, highs and lows. We just gotta be in tune with our intuition so that way we can feel and see what's coming before it happens. That's how we're gonna be guided and navigated through these next few years, is not with our physical eyes, it's with our spiritual eye. Okay. I also kind of got the big bad wolf is being exposed, right? So I kept getting this wolf energy. And I kept seeing like the big bad wolf covered up acting like the grandma, right? Which is that patriarchal energy posing as the divine matriarch, right? And acting like big mama, right? But it's not, that's false energy. And that lower vibrational energy will be exposed. So this is corporations being exposed. I also got like a sense of AT&T. I got like a data leakage. Some type of data leak will happen with people's data information will happen to Sagittarius. Like this fire energy. So be mindful of that. And I also got like a pitchfork energy. So Neptune, so Pisces energy as well. There will be some type of resurgence with a data leakage and data, okay, for their agenda in the future, right? Because they need data for the AI in order for the AI to do their job, right? So be mindful of your energy and things that you're putting out there for people to receive, okay? All right, so I got fire. Neptune, and then that kind of made me think of Neptune also going in Aries, which will happen next year. I'm gonna deep dive into that as well, because these were all channeled messages. I didn't even get into the astrology. These were just all channel messages that I got before I started to even look at the charts for the future dates. So yeah, I kind of got Neptune and Aries. There will be some type of rebellion, some type of spiritual rebellion, spiritual revolution that will happen. And with that energy coming in, there will be a lot of people who can't handle those frequencies mentally. And there will be a lot more mentally ill people, more psychosis, more people acting strange, more people just, not being able to handle the frequencies that are coming in for that 5D. So it's either, get right or get left. It's either rise up or get left behind. Okay, stay where you at. All right, and that's what this planet is all about. It's all about evolution. It's all about growth. And if you aren't growing, then you are just stagnant, and that's not the way the earth works. That's not the way the seasons on this world work. Everything changes, everything transforms. The only thing that is constant is change, and energy is always in motion. Okay, stagnant energy, stagnant water is considered no good. Okay, so all right. So with those people having mental issues as far as psychosis and, schizophrenia and bipolar and all of those mental issues, and certain categorized things, I'm getting like ADHD and autism, all of those things becoming more heightened at this time due to the frequencies that are going to come in. There's going to be a lot of people that are getting healed that have been doing the internal work to heal themselves, and also going to be a huge mental upgrade with people who have been putting in the work, showing self-discipline, sacrificing things to elevate for the highest light. There's going to be a huge upgrade for those who have been doing things the righteous way, walking on the righteous path. Okay. And there will be a huge surge. Okay. And then I got like cold, and I got hands and work. Okay. So a lot of people like working with their hands, getting more creative, and just really minding the business that pays you at this time, staying productive, staying creative, and staying in the flow of this energy, because this energy is really going to purge a lot of us, is going to come in and clean a lot of us out energetically from old things that have been trying to weigh us down at this time. Okay. Um, Then I had seen like a plane. I seen like the letter Z, but it was not like the letter Z. It gave me a sense of like two planes, two different timelines, and like a shift and a split. Okay. And also different layers of energy penetrating different layers of ourselves, of the earth, of things. But I could just kind of got like these two different planes and this energy coming in and affecting everyone, no matter what time you on, no matter what frequency you on. There's going to be a huge wave of transformation that hits the planet, the whole planet. Okay. So I said two planes, something coming in, and I seen a big high heel shoe coming in. And I could see like the front part of the shoe and it was big and it was just stepping in. So that gave me a sense of big mamas stepping in and coming in Pisces and Aries, right? So kind of like that split, that timeline, right? Going from this old way of thinking, this old way of doing, breaking through this illusion to tap into this new year, this spiritual new year, the galactic new year, the cosmic new year. This is all, we're going to see a huge change in between that Pisces and Aries energy as Big Mama is making her way through and she's stepping through at this time. Okay. So yes, and I also seen a beam. Okay, a beam in front, right? So when I seen this vision, it was like not two parallel lines, but it was two timelines, and it was a line through it. Then I seen a shoe come through, and then it turned into like a beam, like you know how in gymnastics the girl they swing on them beams. So I kind of seen like the beams in front, and it was this sense of just really getting in tune with this energy, going from different frequencies and different timelines at this time, and being able to keep balance, no matter what you may be going through at this time. And then also, staying in front, staying, ahead of the curve, creating different waves, creating different lanes for yourself, so that way you aren't getting left behind when things start to shift. Also, I got I. So the letter H and the letter I, which gave me a sense of high, right? Very high vibrational energy. And the letter I kept standing out to me. And it got a sense of like intelligence and isolation. And then I seen someone like peeking behind the beam, peeking behind the eye. So, what's really behind your intentions as well. And also watching out for people that may be lurking in the shadows, or people watching you from afar, people watching you from a distance. Just be mindful. Somebody admiring you, things admiring you at this time. Just be mindful. As we're looking around the corner to this new beginning, right? This is the turning point, and a lot of people are looking for this futuristic timeline and these futuristic events that are about to start happening and unfolding that a lot of people have been prophesizing about. Okay. I also said in Taurus season, a bomb is coming in. That's just what I seen as far as that. And something is being, oh, look, oops. Oh, so I said in Taurus season, a bomb is coming in, something being dropped in China. Okay. And then like a land grab in New York City and it being frozen. I also got nuclear fusion, some type of ice bomb. So what I seen a bomb coming in and it dropped kind of like in the water, and it affected the waters. It affected China. It affected New York. I seen like things being frozen. Okay. And it gave me a sense of like nuclear fusion. So like a ice bomb, And this is inevitable. It has to happen, because it has to be bad before it gets good, and then things will change, because this is all part of that pole shift effect, and it's going to affect the water, and it's going to affect the weather. All right, so yeah, I didn't mean to, but I got to give it to y'all the way how it's received to me. So, like I said, it's gonna be a very cold winter. Um, I don't know. I don't know, but that's what I got. I don't know, but I know, and I'm just giving y'all a fair warning. Make sure that y'all have everything that y'all need to prepare and to survive this winter, because it's going to be very, very cold, very, very cold, my friend. And I feel like that's, that's everyday things. You want to always make sure you have emergency stuff ready, emergency kit things ready, and prepared for whatever, right? Whether it's any type of natural disaster, any type of weather anomalies, make sure that you are always ready. But those are some things that I've seen. And there will be some type of land grab with these disasters that happen, as well as that's all a part of future agendas at this time. Okay. Okay, so here's where we tap into the astrology portion, where I really start to deep dive into specific dates, and certain alignments that stuck out to me. And right now, we're in some huge energy. Okay, and I say that because we just had some major shifts. We had Mars go into Sagittarius. We had Venus go into Scorpio, and we also have Uranus going into Taurus in its retrograde. So these alignments are very crucial and very critical, as this is a call out for a huge spiritual change, a huge spiritual shift, a huge remembrance of your true values, and illuminating certain things that have been hidden within the shadows. And that's kind of like what we're going through right now. Also, this great remembrance of your power and reactivation of your power. Okay. Also, when I had looked at the chart, it looked like a purse, and it looked like something was in a purse and something big. Okay, so I'm just gonna go over my notes, and yeah. So I said, Big Mama got a gun in her purse and she ready for war. So protect yourself, because that's what it looked like. It looked like something was in a purse, and this is cosmic energy, and the only thing that could be big enough in somebody's purse that big is a thing. And mama, Big Mama ain't playing about her kids, and she ready to go to war for her kids. And that's one thing about a loving mother, is that she's gonna love, but she's always going to protect and defend that real big Izuli Dantor energy, right? That real Big Mama energy, that real Kali Ma, that real Medusa, that primordial water, that Harther, that Oya, that segment, that Califia energy. Is all of these different archetypes for this Big Mama energy that is very loving, but also very protective, in this warrior S energy. So that's why I said this is the time to protect yourself. All right. And also getting in your bag. If you've been tapping into your true power and your true hidden power, you are being initiated into a higher realm of Big Mama's love, ancestral love. And you are divinely protected and divinely guided. There is nothing to fear. Okay. So during this time, there may be a lot of rioting. I put robbing, rioting, and roaring. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of energetic things that are happening physically and spiritually. Just be mindful of that energy. But also, this is when Jupiter goes retrograde. Okay, so Jupiter going retrograde in Cancer, getting back in tune with that Big Mama energy, getting back in tune with your ancestors, getting back in tune with I'm seeing orbs, getting back in tune with your spirit, and getting back in tune with your emotions. This is all about getting back in tune so you can have that great expansion that you want, that you're seeking for, and you can grant those wishes for yourself. You ain't got to look for nothing outside of you to fulfill you at this time. Okay. So I said, getting back into your magic and your bag and focus on your spiritual growth and breaking through anything that stands in the way of that, even if it's yourself. Okay. You're going back to move forward. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Diamond. Thank you, New Diamond. We're going back to move forward. A value reset. Okay. Fire and drive, passion and drive, also travel. Okay. So this is that sense of that energy being restored. Okay. This is why there's a lot of things, being canceled with flights, a sense of traveling. There will be a halt on traveling with that Mars in Sagittarius energy and Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius, while Jupiter is retrograde in Cancer. That is going to be this halt on traveling, this great expansion, being able to have these great, leaps. There will be a halt on physical travel, but if you deep dive into yourself, go into meditation, astro traveling, astro projection will be a very big thing at this time. So this is where you get in tune with communicating with yourself during this 11/11 portal and this week. Okay. I also said November 14th is a big, big date. Now, I'm not sure. Well, now I know why, because that X flare, that X5 X flare, when it comes in, it's going to be hitting all of this weekend. Okay. So the 14th, before that came in, because like I said, I wrote my notes before that. I said this will be the end of something. I don't know if this will be the end of the government shutdown, the end of, chaotic things, the end of some war, the end of some type of stress. This will be the beginning of peace. Okay. But it's a hex in the chart. It's a sided hexagon in the chart, and for me that represents that Star of David, the Seal of Solomon, a lot of different energies that are being cleared to open up the pathway for us at this time. And I said something opens back up. And also November 14th is 47 days remaining until the end of the year. And I know 47 has been a big number when it comes to the GOV, because we have the 47th president in our, he's elected right now. So he is playing up on a lot of different things at this time. And this is kind of where we pay attention to those things, because, that 4 and 7 also equals 11, right? So there's a huge sense of change with the GOV this month as we're in that 11th month. And November 14th is going to be a big date for the GOV, for companies, for the corporations. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that there. But also, I said King Charles the Third birthday is that day. Something with Colombia in the Philippines, because the Philippines got their independence that day. This is also the last quarter, and we cross over on November 15th. So something is lifted. So be mindful of this weekend. Okay, this weekend is going to be a huge something. Okay, and I could triple down on it. I bet my bottom dollar on it that something big is going to happen. Something big is going to open up while something big is closing, and be mindful of the distractions at this time. Okay. I also said November 18th through the 19th, we have the sun and Lilith conjunct at the 26th degree. So this is a dark secret will be revealed with religion and politics. A straight shot to the true self and hidden side will be revealed and exposed. So be mindful of secrets at that time. Be mindful of your shadow self. Be mindful of your true nature, as a lot of hidden things will want to make themselves revealed. So you may even feel more sexually aroused. You may even feel more irritable. You may feel just this fire being ignited from within you because of that alignment. Okay. I don't even know what I put. unhatched. I put something revealed and unhatched. Unbothered. Try to be unbothered. I'm not sure what I wrote. I gotta write better. Okay, so yes, I said November 20th is the new moon at the 28 degrees. Now I gotta pause it there because all of the rest of these new moons will be at the 28th degree. And that's something major because that 28th degree, I believe that is the Cancer degree. So it's all about getting back in tune with that divine feminine essence. Also, 2 plus 8 equals 10, and 1 plus 0 equals 1. So this is getting us prepared for that 1 year that we're getting ready to go into. Okay. And all of these things have been accumulating and popping off now. Okay. With 4444 on the clock. All right. So that. All right now. But I said November 20th is a new moon. We also have the sun, Mercury retrograde, and Lilith. So there'll be lots of hidden secrets that will be revealed, and there will be an overflow and an overpour of information and things that are coming to light. This is spirit dumping the bucket, dumping the basket, a lot of abundance for those who've been operating in their purpose and walking in their highest light, and walking with the divine, to shine their highest light at this time. Okay. Lots of money coming in. Yeah, you've been waiting for that huge collection. Okay, you've been waiting for that huge investment to pay off. You've been waiting for a huge harvest of your fruit and labor. Work will be here all weekend. Spiritual joy, physical soul connections that exceed timelines, and time will be made during this new moon. So this new moon in Scorpio will be very, very pivotal, very, very transformational. And there, as things are being exposed, you're going to see who's really there for you, who's really not there for you. A lot of hidden abundance, a lot of spiritual abundance, a lot of physical abundance pouring in. Just be open and be ready for it all, because the floodgates is open. That's kind of what I got. That energy pouring in that you've been waiting for. Okay. All right. Then I said 11/22. And if you ain't got your notes, you might want to start writing things down right now. Mark these dates, and in between any of these time periods, maybe a day before, a day after, a week before, a week after, a month before, write it down, make note of it. Okay. Cause like I said, stay ready. All right. I heard that the millionaires don't have astrologers, but the billionaires do, to watch out for certain timelines and certain times. This is the key to the divine timeline. Okay. Hidden gems, hidden keys being exposed. Drop them gems down in the chat. All right. So 11/22 is Sagittarius season. Burr, 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 burr. This is where things start to take off. That 11/22. This is a double up. Okay. Double up. 2 and 4. 11/22. I'm telling you, this is where things really start to take off. This is a preview of that fire horse year. This is a preview of a lot of people's abundance, of that peak. This is a peak at your harvest. After you climb the top of the mountain, what's next, right? You've accomplished this goal. It's time to sit and bask in that energy. And this is the start of a preview of spring 26. Take off for all of your karmic bank, and your karmic bank will be cashed out or cashed in. A lot of things that are retrograde. Okay. So with that energy, it's a lot of things that are coming in. And that's why I said you only get a peak. You only get a peak at your harvest. And why do you only get a peak at your harvest? Because we have Mercury retrograde. We have Jupiter retrograde. We have Uranus retrograde. We have Chiron retrograde. We have Neptune retrograde and Saturn in retrograde. We have half of the solar system retrograde right now. So this is where you're really getting in tune with yourself and breaking through those illusions, because a retrograde is only an illusion from our perspective that these things are going backwards because of our position in the solar system from that planet. Okay. But this is where you really get in tune with yourself. So that way you can align yourself up for greatness in the future. And things will begin to start to take off for you. So getting back in tune, a lot of past life remembering, paying off the past 7 to 8 years of work will start to cash out and start to overflow. Cause this is like back pay. This is like you just been stacking. And it's like, you know what? Yeah, it's time to have a little fun. It's time to splurge. It's time to treat yourself because you deserve it. Okay. Okay. So a lot of that work that you've been doing over the past 7 years or the past 8 years is starting to pay off, whether this is healing, whether it's investing in yourself, whether this is discipline, patience, self-love, working with partners, whatever investments you've been making, you're going to start to see a payout. Okay. All seasons from here on out, this is a spiritual convergence. All of the work that you have done, you will start to see some type of spark, some type of glimmer, some type of hope that you are on the right path, and a lot of spiritual inclination that you are on the right path and you've been doing the right thing. Okay, spirit ain't gonna let you down. Spirit didn't get you this far, right? You made it this far, and you're gonna continue to grow. You're gonna continue to elevate. We're gonna continue to be great at this time. Okay. I also said from the 20th through the 29th, life changing events will happen. So changes in your perspectives happen, more out of the stagnation, and abundance of everything begins to pour in. More clarity moving forward because you have learned that lesson. And this is where you question, or you may get tested. Spirit may test you. Did you learn that lesson from those past events? Okay. So just be mindful of that energy. Okay. Also said December 1st, which is like a mirror going back and forth looking at things, right? Because at 1 2 1, right? So I said this December 1st, Venus goes into Sagittarius, and this is all about your spiritual values, takes off and pays off. A higher love starts to pour in for you, right? Whether this is a soulmate, whether this is more spiritual downloads, spirit guides coming in, ancestors coming in, you receiving divine abundance and divine blessings at this time. Just a lot of good spiritual inclination that you're on the right track and you're on the right path as you get in tune with your true spiritual values. Okay. I said love and abundance and opportunities present themselves. Everyone gets a spiritual upgrade. This is literally Oprah Winfrey giving everybody a car. You get a car, you get a car, you get a car, but you got to be part of the audience. You got to be part of doing this work, right? And don't think it don't come with some back pay, all right? You may have to do, put in a little more work, pay them taxes off that car, but that whole car is free, okay? So be mindful, be thankful, be grateful, and be open to the possibilities that are presenting themselves to you at this time, okay? I said 12/4, December 4th. The full moon is in Gemini at the 12th degree. And this is the illumination of your higher mind. Insight on your purpose will be revealed to you. Okay. So you're going to get some type of prophetic message, some type of inclination. Like I've been saying, something's going to reveal itself to you to let you know that you're on the right path. You may also get a peek at a future timeline 5 years ahead, something that you're supposed to do, some type of brilliant idea at this time. Okay. Exposure and expose everything is starting to become clear, and you're starting to see things clearer. Okay. You're starting to open up to a future path. And also, you start to hone in, you get like this tunnel vision energy. All right. Divine channel opens and a pathway opens up for you at this time and this week. Okay. Twin souls coming in, twin souls uniting. Yeah, I said it. Your other half going to be making itself known, whether this is within you or outside of you or both. This is missions being consecrated and a spiritual, convergence that is happening, right? So you getting in tune with the divine, you getting in tune with your divine self, you getting in tune with your divine counterpart, all of these beautiful things happening at this time, a sense of miracles happening, and a spiritual contract is being consecrated at this time. Okay. A sense of a promise, something that spirit promised you being fulfilled and being ignited. Okay. I also said that 10/12 was Neptune going direct. So Neptune finally comes out of retrograde. And this is a sense of spiritual clarity on your journey. You may get an epiphany. Something may be revealed to you at this time. A lot of ideas, a lot of dreams of the future coming true. And you may just get a lot of different insight at this time. Okay. Also, that 12/8, something within the crown will be something within the church will be exposed. I put sex, drugs, hidden things, and more. Okay, so during this week where Neptune goes direct and Neptune comes out of retrograde, I said 12/8, something's going to be exposed within the church, something hidden that's been hidden, certain secrets, certain things. But we're going to get a lot of epiphanies, a lot of spiritual abundance, and a lot of spiritual upgrades on that in that window peak. Okay. All right. And then I said, because we're opening up for that 12/12 portal. Okay. So 12/12 portal is going to be huge. This is a sense of divine manifestation, a sense of a completion, a sense of a level up. Cause at 1, 2, right. Also 1 + 1 = 2, people coming together, unifying, also closing out old things, closing out old cycles with that 12. And a full circle moment, as there's 12 signs, 12 months, a lot of other things that are attributed to 12, but this is just a huge time for manifestation, tapping into your magic at this time. Okay. So I said 12/12/369 manifestation time, for a 6-year cycle and a new spiritual journey to start, and to take off. You will see recognition and completion, full circle moment. This is the flip. Okay, push into the spiritual realm. So you be pushed into the spiritual realm. Is giving a huge spiritual initiation at this time. Another spiritual upgrade, another one, right? Ascension, ascending, all of those beautiful things that we love when we tapped into the spiritual realm, right? Getting more upgrades, being more in tune, and yeah, all of that good stuff. Okay. And I said all new moons are in the end of a deacon, right? End of a deacon. Like I said, the fall of the church, the fall of the system, the fall of the patriarch, a lot of different low vibrational things that have been controlling certain powers that be will start to fall, will start to end. Okay. With that 12/12 as well. Okay. That Piscean energy, breaking through illusions of things, and the control of people with fear, to have power over them. Okay. Power over people's minds with fear. All right. Also, I said 12/20 is the new moon at the 20th degree, in Sagittarius. So this is the end of the Piscean age, illusions, music, getting and being in tune. The fall has fallen, a lot of crash out and crazy zombie moments because they haven't got in tune with spirit. Okay. The cold, what did I say? The cold will go hungry. Okay. Ooh, the cold wolf goes hungry. Woo! Starving the system. Okay. So I put the cold wolf goes hungry. And also because this is the time of that wolf moon. This is where, the wolves are howling at the moon because they're hungry. Also, like I said, that big bad wolf energy, this wolf in sheep clothing energy being exposed, but also starving the system. I actually kind of like that for a reference to the government, the big bad wolf. I think that's going to be my thing. Excuse me, y'all. I've been running my mouth for a whole hour straight. Okay, so yes, I said the cold wolf goes hungry. The big bad wolf is sad, and a lone wolf. This will be a time of depression, and mental anguish, and people just, when that just goes into winter period, right? People always get, the sense of that seasonal depression, people being sad, people, just kind of losing it. It's holiday time. So make sure that you're tapped into your spiritually higher self, so that way you aren't getting caught up in certain low vibrational frequencies at this time. Okay. Also, I said it will be a lot of spiritual rewards that will be highly favored, for staying up and staying down. If you're in flow with spirit, as we get ready for the final wave before 2026, this is the countdown: 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Level up, level up, level up, level up, level up, level up. Level up. Okay, so this has to happen, right? It got to be that purge. This is the purge. This is that relieving of that old system so we can get in tune with this new system that we are rebuilding, right? And a lot of spiritual rewards will be granted for people who stayed down, stayed up, right? Because you got to be loyal to spirit. You got to be loyal to your higher self. You got to make sure you're having discipline in the realm of free will. That's what the divine favors. That's what your spirit team highly favors is discipline. And what are you willing to sacrifice within yourself? When we get into the sacrifice and human sacrifice, the greatest human sacrifice is sacrificing yourself, right? And that could be a sense of discipline. That's one of my favorite things. This is when I do my fast too, you guys. I do my monthly fast in December every year to attribute it to our ancestors, to tap in with the ancestors, because that is hibernation season. That is winter season. That's when everything dies. That's when they would fast. That's when they would go inside, right? So this is a time to, sacrifice something to receive, a sense of elevated self, right? Don't just be sacrificing, I'ma stop eating so I could lose weight. No, I'ma stop eating to show myself discipline. And it's not a sense of starving myself, right? I'm just gonna stop eating certain things. I just do fruits and vegetables. That's it. Grains like quinoa, hemp seeds, garbanzo beans. Those are the only exception. Highly alkaline, fruits, vegetables, and grains during that time, to get in tune with the ancestors and Mother Nature, daughter nature, mother universe, big mama, all of these things, father spirit, right? I do that to get in tune. So this is a great time to sacrifice so you can level up, right? And I also said that 1221, this is the flip, the reverse, the split is complete for the shift. Okay. As that 1222, we go into Capricorn season. Okay. So the sun is in Capricorn and I put abundance, abundance, abundance. Okay. Shout out to Soul Tribe. We've been waiting for this abundance. And like I said, if you've been sacrificing, putting in what it takes to elevate, you will start to see abundance, abundance, abundance in all ways, spiritually, physically, emotionally, sexually, financially, mentally, in every way, on every level. If you put in the work, you will receive the reward. You receive the reward. That's law. That is karma. That with every action, there's a reaction. Okay. So I said abundance, abundance, abundance of everything, good and bad. This is game time, show time. And then spirit started smiling. Spirit made me put a smiley face. Okay. So this is game time. The pressure is put on the split. Okay. So it's going to be pressure putting on everybody. Pressure will be applied to those we're going to really start to see a split that happens here. Okay. Because we in that spiritual half and we already crossed over spiritually last year. Okay. But this is the gap. This is even creating a bigger gap in that where you're going to be able to see the fakes from a mile away. You're going to be able to feel it, see it, smell it. I'm good. I don't want them lower vibrational problems. I'm leveling up. We elevating. And yeah, this is where that split is made visual. You can actually see it, right? So I said this is the split. Pressure is put on for the split. Pressure is put on for those diamonds to shine. The chosen ones, that Christ consciousness will be illuminated and high valued peace, peaceful time. Lots of love, right? As we start to get into that Christmas energy, right? That Christ consciousness, that life force energy, that I was going to say conscious Crispus energy dripping down, the colossum energy dripping down from the pressure being put on the pineal gland, right? So it's going to be a lot of pressure put on our pineal glands so it can shine like that diamond, a lot of clarity, a lot of more gifts, a lot of enhancements. And that is that sacred oil that drips down, that illuminates our solar plexus to activate more gifts, activates our heart. Okay, so this is a huge crossover that's going to happen during this window in that Capricorn season. Okay, I also said 12/25, Venus entered Capricorns on the 24th. So 24th, 25, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, is going to be a lot of wishes coming true, a lot of dreams coming true, a lot of gifts, a lot of presents, right? Symbolically and physically. Okay, so a lot of visions, a lot of light, a lot of grid workers being activated, a lot of star seeds being activated. And then I put one wish, family values, family matters, a lot of things coming in, a lot of wishes being granted, a lot of magical things happening during this time, especially if you had the discipline and you were willing to sacrifice. Okay. Then I said 12/31st, there's an opening of abundance and opportunities. Okay, so even more things pouring in as we start to go into this new year on the Gregorian calendar. Even though we're in the midst of winter, dead winter, but if you've been doing, the right things, you will start to feel that change happening to your etheric body and your in etheric body, energetic body, emotional body, that has to deal with your chakras, okay, in your auric field. Okay, you start to feel this within your body first, okay, and this will start to enhance and illuminate and expand as the sun starts to rise and goes back up to the northern hemisphere from our perspective here on Earth, right? So as the shifts in the seasons start to turn and it starts to get hotter, our aura will continue to expand at this time. Okay. Then 1/1. I said more spiritual abundance pours in the hidden. I said 1/2, Chiron goes direct. Right. So Chiron will not be direct. So this is no more being tested and having to go back and no, you should be able to be triggered without reacting at this time. Right. All of those lessons that you learned, it should be fully be stored within your consciousness, fully be stored within your subconscious mind. So that way you aren't just acting out of impulsive nature. Okay. So I said, Chiron is direct. Be mindful of distractions at this time. And I said the full moon in Cancer is January 3rd. So, and it's at the 12th degree. And this is going to be a huge completion of something. And I say that because on January 3rd, 1/3, hear me out, January 3rd, the full moon is in Cancer at the 12th degree. 1 and 2 equals 3. Okay. Not only is this a full moon, the full moon at the 12th degree, the sun is at the 12th degree. Okay. And the sun is in Capricorn, right? Then we also have Venus is at the 12th degree. Okay. We also have Mercury at the 2nd degree. We also have the moon at the 12th degree, and we also have Jupiter at the 21st degree. So all of those equal up to 3. Now, this is going to be a huge date for spiritual abundance, physical abundance, you getting in tune with your mind, body, and soul, you being aligned with your highest timeline. And something divine coming in, something special coming in that is specifically catered to you, right? So whether you've been working on something and waiting for that to come in, a partner, some type of remembrance, some type of gift, some type of epiphany, you may have lost something that comes back. All right, something is going to happen on this date. Okay, because I said this last time, like I said, if y'all haven't watched my last 6 months prediction, I said on 7/7 something big was going to happen due to the alignments. Everything was at 11/11/11/11/11, right? Which gave me a sense of 11/11 was going to be a big date. Right, which was a big day because we just had a huge X class solar flare, 5 X class solar flare go off on 11/11. So this lets me know that this date, something is going to happen, right? And also that 3 Pisces season, something big is going to happen in Pisces season. It's the closing of an old cycle. Okay. And this is on every level. We're collapsing timelines. We are multidimensional beings rising higher. And we're going to see something on this date to let us know and make what I'm saying concrete. Okay. All right. So I said, so many rewards are coming in. Everything is in sync. So many rewards will pour in, an inheritance. So you're going to be inheriting things that you were owed in a past life and in the past. They will start to come in now. More love, an overflow of abundance of good things, and an end of an old illusions when it comes to value, discipline, and spirituality. This will overall be a powerful full moon and energetic time for this week. And I put 3. Okay. I put 333. All right. So you may even start to see a lot of, different, 33s or threes or things in threes, signs in threes, just certain things with that. A lot of divine communication, a lot of, family things happening. It's going to be a lot, right? It's going to be a lot of ancestral things. And also I said in March and in Gemini, watch something's going to happen in March when that Pisces season happens, and something's going to happen in Gemini season. Like I said, that 6-7, something's going to happen. All right. And it's going to be good. It's going to be good, especially for us, the spiritual workers who've been putting in the work. All right. So I said, and your solar plexus will be ignited. Okay. So you may even feel like fasting. You may have a change of appetite. You may get this surge of confidence, this surge of golden ray of abundance, this golden light. I'm seeing like a golden light pouring into our, solar plexus, that gut feeling, that gut intuition being activated. A lot of things, a lot of money, a lot of power. All right. Everything in threes, the Trinity, the trine, 13, divine feminine energy, 333, everything is in sync. Also the 6th, okay, that lover's energy, in the 8th, this divine feminine energy. So the 6th of January and the 8th of January would be very, very, so basically that whole week, right? So that full moon in Cancer is going to ignite a lot of things that whole week. So just be mindful. All right. I said the 8th, the divine feminine and masculine will come together. Lots of Scorpios from that winter cold and love. All right. So this is where you get them Scorpios, how you make Scorpios, right? You make Scorpios in the winter time because everybody cuddled up, right? And you get them, okay, that's how they got here. Okay. So yeah, be mindful of that energy at this time. Okay. Then I said 1/17, January 17th, Venus goes into Aquarius. So this is great minds uniting, great minds working together, and following in love with the work, following in love with the job. Be mindful of your energy, as this is a time where the warriors are being ignited. Okay. The mind of a warriors, okay, mind of the rebellions, the liberation, the Renaissance era, really just valuing your spiritual journey and how far you have come. And something will happen with the community, whether the community comes together and we all unite for a higher purpose at this time. Okay. Hold on, let me drink some water, y'all, because your girl, well, 111 on the clock. All right. I said 118, the new moon in Capricorn at the 28th degree, a spiritual overflow of lots of career growth and expansion and fame. Something with superstars will be ignited. And this is superstars within the spiritual community, superstars within the healing community, the wellness community, on every level. There'll be some type of exposure. Okay. Hidden fame and a lot of people going viral. Something in the news, with feminine energy. So someone with feminine essence will be exposed and rising to stardom. Okay. And we're also going to see a lot of feminine superstars getting more exposure at this time. Okay. This energy will pour into Aquarius season. Okay, because that's the 18th, and then 120, January 20th, the suns go into Aquarius. Okay, so it's an overflow of abundance and gifts. Information will start to pour in even more, right? That is that water bearer energy. That is information from the cosmos, from the ethers pouring in, right? Water is a sense of remembrance, information, emotions, intelligence. Also making sure that you don't get drowned out by water, right? So nourishing yourself the right way and watching what you consume. So focus on growth for the community. Also wrote 3. So something else with 3 as that 120. 1 plus 2 equals 3. So something being aligned. Also put Big Dipper energy. As like I said, when we come out of that winter energy, the Big Dipper is facing down. So literally it's water pouring into us, a lot of abundance pouring into us. If you have anything, check your Aquarius. Check whatever you have in Aquarius or your Aquarius placements and your Uranus placements. Those will be highlighted tremendously, especially since we have Pluto in Aquarius at this time. Okay. So I said a completion of another spiritual cycle. Okay, so there'll be a lot of spiritual remembrance, a lot of spiritual abundance pouring in at this time. And I said January 23rd, which is 1, 2, 3. Pluto is at the 3rd degree. So take off for something, and something kicks off for the growth of the community and the generations. This will be a generational rebirth and a lot of divine insight, a lot of divine communication, and lots of things pouring into us. This is a divine uprising and a rise of the divine feminine energy, even more divine feminine energy. Okay. And when I say that, I'm not excluding my divine masculine. This is you just receiving more. When I say divine feminine energy, us receiving more. Okay. Then I said 124, Mars, Pluto, the Sun, Mercury, Venus are all in Aquarius. Let me slow that down. I said Mars, Pluto, Sun, Mercury, Venus are all in Aquarius. Okay. So this is a big collective transformation for the future Renaissance. Lots of creative ideas, creative love, warriors, justice, initiation, abundance, prophecies, fame. Is going to be a lot of things that are happening, especially for those who've been putting in the work to ascend. Okay. You'll be reaching the heights that you plan to reach. Okay. A lot of divine influence and a lot of divine influencers at this time. Okay. I said 127, January 27th. We have Neptune at 0 degrees in Aries. So, woo, like I said, spiritual initiation. The floodgates are open. Even more abundance pour in, more gifts, more ideas, more unique minds coming together and working together for the better of the collective and for the community. Okay. Then I said 128, Mars conjuncts Pluto. So with all of that good spiritual abundance coming in, Mars is going to conjunct Pluto, which is war, death, spiritual and mental warfare, tech wars, an illusion, something with AI is going to happen. Okay. So be mindful of that. Like I said, if y'all got your pen and your paper, y'all should write down all these dates and just put a little star right next to certain highlighted dates. Okay. Then I said to February 1st, going into February 2nd is a Leo full moon at the 13th degree, and breaking through the mental to follow the heart. And some political leaders will be highlighted. Fame, some people in tech, clones, drones will be introduced. Okay. So like I said, it's going to be some type of death with AI, some type of death with a political figure, some type of death with some type of tech person that runs some type of tech thing, and we'll be introduced to one of their drones, one of their clones. Some type of illusion will be presented in front of us. Okay. But it's going to be some type of thing that's introduced with some type of political leader or some type of tech leader at this time. We just got to be mindful and try to stay grounded at this time, because it's going to be a lot of illusions. Stay in tune with your heart. Okay. So that's the best way to maneuver through this energy at this time, is to stay in tune with your heart. Okay. Then I said 4-2. Uranus is out of retrograde. So we get that moving forward thinking, seeing true values of money and love, and double the options with both. Okay. So you may be presented with 2 options to do something. Whether it comes to money, you may be presented 2 options or more. Whether it comes with love, you may be presented You may be presented with something. I know y'all hear that helicopter. And that's like a big one. That ain't no regular helicopter. That's like the Black Hawk. Okay, they said she prophesizing down there. Somebody put a watch on her right now. She prophesizing. She tapped in. She said somebody's getting eliminated. How she know that? Okay, yeah, we tapped into the future timelines right now. But yeah, I said double the options with both. Be careful and make a wise decision at this time. Something's going to present itself to you in the beginning of February. We have to make two options, right? You could choose love or money, or something's going to present you with two options for money. Something's going to present you with two options for love. You make the best choice. You decide. All right. I said what I said. All right. February 10th. 2:10, some type of illusions will be presented. So be mindful of your energy this day. That's what I have. I was just looking at the chart. Just be mindful of illusions at that time, because they're going to be trying to weigh down this double up, double abundance, double the pleasure, double people, double everything that's going to be coming in at this time. They're trying to weigh it down with some type of illusion at this time. Okay. I said 2:14, Saturn and Neptune are conjunct at 0 degree in Aries, which is beautiful, beautiful. They're both in Aries at 0 degree. We have never seen this in our lifetime. And there will be here. It's no more retrograde going back into Pisces. They're just here on out, going with the flow. Huge spiritual initiation, huge spiritual gifts, huge abundance, especially if you've been having discipline and honoring your higher self. Okay. So I said new spiritual leaders and disciplined gifts are near. Everything that you've learned for the past 14 years and 3 years in the future will pay off. Okay. So whatever you learned these past 14 years, right? You've been on some type of karmic journey, healing yourself, learning from yourself, learning to love yourself. Okay. That illusion is being broken with that Neptune, because Neptune goes into each cycle every 14 years, right? So there's a 14-year cycle that you're breaking through, AKA going back to that 2003 energy, right? So think about that time, think about some things you were going through, and that is being broken. Okay. Also with this 3-year, like I've been saying, it's been a huge timeline that we've been. It's a 14-year cycle timeline. It's a 7-year cycle timeline, and it's a 3-year cycle timeline. And we're on all of these timelines right in the middle, collapsing a lot of things. Right. And I say 3 years because that's how Saturn travels. Saturn travels every 3 years through different signs. Right. So there is something that you learned with discipline about your self-love and valuing yourself and having discipline and learning from those same mistakes. So that way you're creating those same loops for yourself, breaking out of that karmic loop. Something that you learned will pay off. Okay. Spirit said a lot of love and light at this time, and you start to reach the highest vibe. Okay. You will be on that higher vibe because you learn from these lessons. You're not repeating them. And I shade to that. I'm not repeating no old cycles. I work too damn hard to be going through any karmic loops. Okay. So I said 2:17 is the new moon. Okay. New moon in Aquarius at the 28th degree. And this also is a solar eclipse. Okay. In Aquarius. This is one of the waves we've been waiting for. Unexpected gifts, fame, revolutionary start begins here. You've been waiting for this spiritual inauguration, this higher level to ascension, and it's been trickling down into our ethers, and we are about to eat. This is soul food. This is nourishment coming in. And I also got Genie of the Lamp. Okay. And I heard multicultural, high vocals. Everywhere I go, I get love from the locals. Okay. That's Mac Dre. I'm from the Bay. And we love Mac Dre. And I got Genie of the Lamp soon as I hit this energy. And I just kept hearing it over and over. So you've been putting in some work for some centuries, for some years, and you finally about to have a wish granted, right? Because what is the genie? The genie is in the lamp, right? But you gotta rub it the right way. And it also makes me think of Aladdin. You gotta go into the Cave of Wonders to retrieve the lamp, right? The lamp isn't just granted to anyone, only the chosen ones, right? And you gonna get your wishes coming true during this time, okay? A lot of divine nourishment coming in. All right. I also said 2:18, the moon, North Node are conjunct, and Venus are conjunct in Pisces. So there's going to be some type of spiritual abundance, some type of spiritual and soul growth that will head you down the right path of your journey. And then I also said 219 is Pisces season, the beginning of the Pisces season. So it's a lot of spiritual breakthroughs. Like I said, with that sun, North Node, and Moon being there, Venus, Mercury in Pisces, trining Jupiter in Cancer, being retrograde. So this is the return of the divine essence. You're going to be pulled into a channel that day. Okay, so that day is going to be a highly potent day, pulled into a channel, pulled into a daydream, a lot of dreams coming true, a lot of things that you've been working on, fantasizing about happening at that time. Also staying focused on your dreams and focused at that time, not getting caught up in any illusions. All right. I said 227, the moon in Jupiter is conjunct in Cancer. So something's going to happen there. It's going to be some type of resurgence, some type of great memory, some type of divine union, some type of huge spiritual prophetic gifts that are enhanced. Also some type of illusion that they're going to try to cast on people to pull them out of that channel, pull them out of that spiritual divine channel. Okay. Then I said 3-3. We got that beautiful 3-3 energy. Full moon in Virgo is this day at the 12th degree, which is the 12th is the 3. Okay. So we got that 3-3-3 energy, which is a divine alignment, and also the lunar eclipse. Okay. So huge spiritual upgrades on all levels. This is the level up, the glow up, Merkaba activations, light codes, divine integration coming in. It's going to be very highly charged up, a lot of bliss, a lot of just beautiful energetic energy that pours in. A big release of old during this time. Okay. Also, I said 3-9. Pluto is at the 4th degree, and I got 444. So something divine is going to happen. We're going up the ladder, going up that Jacob's ladder and ascending to a new level, getting upgraded at this time. Also, 3-11, Jupiter is direct. So blessings start to pour in, lots of confirmation during this whole week until that new moon in Pisces. Okay. So, 3-11, Jupiter goes direct. So it's going to be a lot of blessings that open up for us, floodgates open. 3-13, we're going to really start to see more of that because that it will finally start to move back in. It won't be direct. It'll be moving back forward. So we're going to see more of these things start to pour in. And at 3-18, March 18th is the new moon in Pisces at the 28th degree. So new cycles begin as we begin to push through old karmic things. Okay. Also, I said from the 18th through the 28th is the real new year. Okay. So the real new year starts after that. So reflecting and relearning your values and who you are. Okay. So I said the 18th through the 28th because 18 is 9, right? And we are in the 9 year right now. And 28, like I said, that 28, 2 + 8 is 10, which is that 1. And we're going into that 1 year. So this is the real new year. That's when this really starts. And this starts on 3/21. Okay, March 21st, when we go into Aries season. And I heard go hella loud. Like I wrote it so big. Go. Right. So this is where things take off, a huge quantum leap. The sun, Neptune, Saturn, Venus, Chiron, Moon are all in Aries. So if you've been focused on your spiritual and physical discipline and healing yourself, you will have and get a lot of rewards. Okay. In all ways, you will be crowned. Okay. Initiated. If you have been doing the work, then you will not be left behind. And if you haven't been doing the work, you will be left behind. This was your last chance and you are done. Things are done. Those who have broken free will continue to ascend higher because everything is out of retrograde at this time. So you start to receive everything and get everything and anything at this time because everything is done now. This is a new start and it's an open season for a lot of us. All right. A lot of us will feel a little drained and a little tired at this time, but that's because we're going to be getting a lot of spiritual upgrades and we've been working so hard to get to this point, but this is like that final lap. Okay. So it's like you've been running the marathon. You can see the finish line. You're a little tired, but keep pushing, keep going. You got this. All right. And finishing that final lap for the victory, right? Because stands for victory. V is the 22nd letter. And you get that victory, that's that win. And the win is the 23rd letter. So that's how you tap into that. You know, we get that victory, you get that win. Everything is all good. We're going to that 4, to that 5. Things are changing, things are upgrading. We are being uplifted, and it's time for us to spread our wings and fly high. Okay. I also said 4-1, a spiritual gateway will be open due to this new energy, us tapping into this new spiritual ascension in April, which will just be so enlightening and so refreshing. 4-2 is the full moon in Libra, where we receive a lot of divine justice. And divine justice is served. A spotlight is put on you. A spotlight is put on us at this time, and it's time for us to shine. All right. Our boat finally comes in, right? Our ship finally comes in. So some type of investment you've been waiting on, it starts to pour in at this time. All right. I said a sailboat comes in. And I said that 4-4 is a huge celebration, is a huge divine alignment. Ships coming in and ships taking off. So much abundance pours in April. Karma is good. I said the kick is up and the kick is good. Spirit said, no, the karma is up and the karma is good. Okay. And it feels good. There will be a shift that everyone will feel, and it will cause people to stop. Right. And this will happen during 4-7 and 4-8, because that's that double up. And Spirit says, stop, Diamond, stop right there. Don't do no more. Something big is going to happen during this time that Spirit won't let me tap into, because it wants me to be in that energy to continue to read the energy so I could feel it. But something big is going to happen. And this happened in my last 6 months prediction when I was writing things down. Spirit told me to stop on Halloween. Spirit said, stop. Don't go no more. Something big is going to happen on Halloween. And what happened on Halloween? Three-Eyed Atlas came in to the picture, and I didn't even see it, but I was prophesizing and predicting that energy. So like I said, if y'all haven't checked out my last 6 months prediction, I suggest y'all do, because I prophesize everything that's happening right now in that video. Okay. And that was pretty much all of my prophetic messages that I have for these next up and coming months. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to drop down some, things that you thought were pretty weird or cool or dope down in the comments. Drop some gems on me as well. And I just want to thank y'all so much. Again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to donate or book a session or buy any of my products, all of that information is down in the description box below. And I love you guys so much. We're going to watch as things shift. Things are shifting for our highest good, for the better. And I can't wait to see what things transpire and pop off for us during these next few months. All right, you guys, peace, wholeness, love, and light. And I'll catch you on the next one. Till next time.